guys, what's up? Sniper here, back with you with another Magic the Gathering Arena deck tech. We're doing the Bane of Standard right now, which is actually so this video is gonna go up Friday. This deck will be banned by then. But we're doing this video on Tuesday. This is the final day that this deck is legal. I wanted to just mess around with it for a little bit. We crafted 4 Fires of Invention and some Agents of Treachery because we're gonna get free wild cards for those tomorrow once this deck becomes banned. Yorion Sky Nomad again, same main concept as the last deck we did. Absolutely love this card. They are changing companions a little bit, but I think Yorion's still gonna be fine. We got 4 Wall Birth of Meletis. We got 4 Omen of the Sea. Great cards to go with Yorion. 4 Omen of the Sun. 4 Deafening Clarion main board. This was made primarily to handle the aggro decks. We also have 2 Shatter of the Skies. 4 Narset Parter of Veils. 4 Teferi, Time Raveler. 2 Elspeth Sun Nemesis. Don't see too much of her, but I actually like this card and the mirror match as the recurring threat thanks to Escape. And it's pretty good against the aggro matches as well. 4 Fires of Invention. 4 Luca Coppercoat Outcast. 3 Elspeth Conquers Death. 3 Agent of Treachery. And a 2 of Shark Typhoon. For the lands, it's pretty basic stuff. The main thing, though, is the 3 Castle of Ardenvale. I would actually like 4 of these if possible. I didn't have a 4th one, and I don't want to use another wild card since this is gonna see a big change to the deck. We'll see how it goes in the future. We have a castle, and then for the most part, just the basics. We do have interplanar beacons because we have more planeswalkers than normal with the Elspeth, so we can gain some life in the aggro matchups. Sideboard's pretty standard for the most part. 3 Archon of Sun's Grace. I actually really like this card in the aggro matchup as well. It survives Bolt. So it passes the Bolt test. 4 Mystical Dispute and 4 Davin's Veto to bring in for the counter matchups, the mirror matches. 2 Omen of the Forge for the aggro matches. I actually thought about bringing in another Shatter. We do have 2 more Shatters. I think we actually get rid of the Omen of the Forges and we bring in 2 more Shatter the Skies for the aggro matchups. And then the Grafdigger's Cage, which is useful as just a 1 of tech for things like the Winota that have been running rampant. So it's a really cool Revenger artwork. Let's head into traditional standard right, best of 3, and we'll try this deck out, see how we do. Alright, so here we go, game number. We're gonna be throwing this up on probably Friday again, or Friday Magic themed. We're gonna play first. This hand it. Ooh, this is tough. Because everything I love everything about this hand after the lands. We are on the go. We do get the Omen. We can be super greedy and keep this because of the Omen of the Sea. We're gonna have to Fable Passage turn 1 and search for a blue land. But we can keep it. Our opponent mulligans. He's playing Kahira. Could be playing the Dinosaur deck that I've seen pop up a little bit. Those are cool sleeves. I don't think I haven't seen these before. Those are really cool. Do a couple games, maybe 2 or 3 best of 3s, just to keep the video somewhat manageable. Brought the kitty back. People were asking for the kitty. Got that too. Is that like a mythic reward or something? I don't even know. Taking a while. Really considering mulligan, doing another mulligan, it seems. Like if we can curve out a little bit lucky with lands, we're in a really nice spot. Yes. Playing green, Harbent Grazer. Show me your extra land. Alright. Fun times, fun times. And he gets the Scry. He's only got 3 cards left in hand. There's that. He does keep it on the top. Alright, we're gonna Fabled Passage, grab an island. Absolutely love these. If you guys haven't seen the tournament that went on over the weekend, we got Godzilla basic lands, and I think they're absolutely phenomenal. Alright, so here's a big thing. Omen of the Sea. We need nothing but lands at this point. We have so much beautiful, beautiful gas. But we do not have land. So, Fingers crossed. We kept a greedy hand. Does Omen get us there? This is interesting because we definitely want the castle. And I think we take the Omen too to search for lands after this turn. And the question becomes, do we drop? I think we just pass. I was thinking Teferi, but I don't think we need Teferi in this situation. Unsummoning the Grazer doesn't do anything for us. Anything, it just lets him ramp more. And plussing him doesn't really do anything because I don't think he is gonna do too much that Teferi is too bothered with. Yeah, that's a beautiful. All right, and then we just Omen of the Sea, get another land. We want to make sure we hit these lands. But yeah, we can keep both of these. Because after this turn, it doesn't matter. Interplanar Beacon, Fires of Invention. Alright, and now the shenaniganry starts. Now we don't actually need more lands. I think we just go to Ferry and plus him. Gain a life, which is nice. Next turn, we can go Omen of the Sun in Luca. If we draw an untapped land, we can also Castle of Ardent and not need to use the Omen. The Shifting Ceratops is a very unfortunate play here, but that's fine. Like, Teferi takes 5.
I suppose that's how it was meant to happen.
Which, again, is like super unfortunate, but... So we actually don't play Luca this turn. This is definitely an Elspeth, say goodbye to your Triceratops. And then we're just gonna Omen of the Sun. Gain 2. So we're set up really well next turn for a Luca Yorion wombo. Like, that's what makes this deck, I think, so good. Like, the Fire's Luca Yorion curve into each other is just absurd. Questing Beast is annoying for one turn, but like, sure, I take 4. Yeah, I'm gonna just take that. And now we just like win, like immediately. He does shock himself. What does he have? He's got something, right? A shock, maybe? I mean, we're gonna go for it anyway. See what he's got? Nope, doesn't have it.
Evolution provides a tactical advantage.
So... I don't think we need to even Yorion here, honestly. Although it would be nice to get the Elspeth Conqueror's Death back, but I don't think we need it. We're just gonna Nisa, Narset rather. Nisa. -2. Grab a Shatter just in case. I think he scoops pretty soon. Like, we have such board control. If he kills any of my Planeswalkers, Elspeth brings them right back. And if you don't, then Elspeth brings... Yeah, okay. So we had a really strong board state there. Him not so much. Switch back to the regular layout. Green Stompy, like, is what we basically saw. I want to bring in the Shatters. I honestly don't hate this. Like, I don't think we need the Gravediggers. I didn't see enough to bring in either of these. The Archons aren't bad, though. The Archons are not bad. I think we could bring in the Archons. Get rid of the... Deafening Clarions. As, a lot of his creatures are gonna have 4 toughness. And then... That's annoying. And then the last question is, what do we get rid of last? Hold on. I'm dying. I gotta plug in. Phone. I think we could just take out one. One Narset, probably. We put in more creatures. It was a little bit slow there, sideboarding. Unfortunate. Could have played that a little bit better, sideboard was, but I'm not entirely sure what we're playing again. Good hand. We got a mass removal. We got a creature maker, and we got a wall. Looks like our opponent mulliganed. Might have too much land if anything. Triple trio. Here we're gonna go beacon. Play our birth. Grab our dinosaur land. Next turn we can play Narset. Depending on what he plays. He doesn't do anything, so yeah, I think we just slam down on Narset here. And we gain a life, which is nice. Drawing another land was not ideal. We have so many lands. Shatter the Sky. Alright, so we have so much back end to work here. Again, we're probably going to end up cycling that trio. Oh, our opponent plays a Fires of their own. That's spicy.
Such violence is upsetting.
That is spicy right there by our opponent. And then we actually have a decision of... He knows we have the Wrath, right? He's only got 3 cards in hand. I think we pass. We're gonna cycle the trio. If he plays any creature, then we definitely shatter next turn, but I'll take it for 1 turn. Interesting. So he does play a creature, actually. Alright. Now we definitely shatter next turn. I'll gladly take the damage. I think it was a definite misplay Granadonning here, but he's gonna draw a card, which is unfortunate. Trade 1 land for another. Yeah, I was just looking at this card too. It's an interesting deck. So he does refill his hand, and he's got the Fires, which is definitely something we have to worry about. Shifting Ceratops. We already knew that was there. We definitely had to worry about that. So it does look like this is like the Dinosaur Beast deck. The Fires is going to make our life very difficult. We draw a lot of lines in this game. We just have to shatter again. He's going to draw 2 more cards. Which is really unfortunate. Bright side, he can only play 2 of these per turn, right? Like, you do kind of have him little gated in that regard. See what we draw. If he doesn't go 2 ham, whenever one or more creatures you control with trample deal combat damage, create an XX green dinosaur token or trample where X the amount of damage. Yeah, that's disgusting. First of all, I want that. Sure. Quartzwood Crasher. Make a bunch of XX creatures where X is the amount of damage those creatures dealt to the player. Great. I'll miss you, Agent. just play Shark Typhoon. We're no immediate threat. Swing, which gives us a 6/6. Why did he go upside down? Do you guys see that? Went upside down when he attacked. And we get a 6/6 beast. We're in pretty good control now thanks to that agent. Rip agent after tomorrow. He is on that ban list. Shifting Ceratops doesn't immediately bother us, but he can draw a card. Yeah, which is what he will do. Admittedly, we have a hand full of nothing great, so. Here, we're gonna block. Sure. And we drew another land. I think we lose, right? We're in a pretty bad spot now. Embercleave's so strong. I actually don't blink anything. Swing for 6. Make a 6/6 token. He's like upside down right now. Did they all do that? I've never noticed that before. So we can block 11 out of the 12 damage coming at us. Never mind. Fry says, nah, brother. Alright, that's game 2. We lost. Good play, good play. So, the Fires of Invention was definitely unexpected. And I think we could add in Davin's vetoes, but I don't think we need to. I think we just got land flooded. I think what we have is pretty good for us. I think we just got overly flooded there. It was definitely a right play to take out the Clarions, though. He didn't have anything there that was 3 or less. And we're on the play. I think we can keep this. The stop on my free draw was there from last game. All right. We go turn 3 to Fairy. No, we go turn 3 Narset because I think he's got a Fry. So I want to get at least one trigger out of it. Teferi wouldn't do anything for me. Like, he has the Fry. Yep. Scorching Dragonfire. Same concept.
I won't forget our time. With thoughtfulness before action.
Do we want the Omen or the Shark type? Pick the Omen. Another thing I like about the Archon is it survives the Scorching Dragonfire. Fabled Passage, practice, get a Plains for the double white. And we'll put down an Archon. See if it survives till next turn. I don't know if it will. But if he uses the Fry there, he doesn't use the Fry somewhere else. You know what I mean? Yep, there it is, Fried. Fry's such a good sideboard card. Gain a life, put down to Teferi. He's used 2 burn spells. I don't think he would keep that many of them in. We'll find out. He plays his Fires. We're gonna Elspeth Conquers that. Ooh. Boy, do we
Oh,
have
I've
some
done the
decisions
hero
to make
thing
here.
before.
Oh, he'd be in such a good spot if we had our fires. Like, I have so many things I want to play right now. I think we sacrifice our Teferi. Alright, so I think we go Birth, Omen, which will set us up next turn for Luca, which will set us up to steal his fires, which will then let us play our Yorion next turn as well. Like, this sets us up for a next turn Luca slash Elspeth slash Yorion option here. Even if he wipes out these tokens, we still have the Birth token coming in next turn. We're gonna take, well, Teferi's gonna take 5 to the face from the shifting, but I think it's necessary. But never mind. Discard any number of cards and then draw that many number of cards. He does have haste. He didn't discard anything, so he likes his hand. It doesn't have trample. That's going at Teferi. I'm gonna block that. Teferi can go down. Unfortunate, but it is what it is.
Only time will tell.
Pranadon. So he played his 2 cards. He can't play anything on my turn, thanks to the fires. So we know we're gonna get this Luca off. We're gonna gain 2 health right here. Alright, so here's the dice roll, as we did sideboard in some of the
Trained to fight monsters.
Archons. So this isn't a guaranteed agent. You get the agent. We're gonna take the fires,
Oh, surround me.
and then we're gonna cast Elspeth for free. And we're gonna get rid of his Cavalier. He can put it on the top of his deck, whatever the fuck. I know, it's when it dies. Can't even do that. Alright, perfect. So, we block the Ceratops with our wall. If he comes at Luca. If he doesn't come at Luca, we just say, cool. Yeah, that's being blocked. He's got 2 cards in hand. He's sending them both at Luca. I think we just let Luca die. That's fine. We have an Omen of the Sea, Omen of the Sun in hand. We have Yorion as well, that we can blink all of these with. She's gonna take out the Elspeth Conqueror's Death, which is fun. He's got 4 mana, 2 cards in hand. He plays none of it. Alright, so step 1, let's Omen of the Sea. See what we get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ain't that a bitch. I want him to stop drawing lands or drawing shit, so we're gonna grab that. Sure. And we just pass now. Next turn we can Yorion. 2, might as well swing for 2. Yeah. So next turn we Yorion. We get Omen, double Agent. Ceratops is annoying, but not the end of the world. Swing in for 10. There's no reason not to block one of them. Give it trample, I take 6. Nothing I can do with my lands, so we just draw. That's deck then. Doesn't matter what we grab. I could. Okay, now we go Omen of the Sun here. And then we go Teferi. The Yorion. And we go Teferi next turn. And do it all over again by unsummoning our Yorion. And we can also start drawing a card with the Enclave that we stole. Does his lands matter? No, not particularly. But we now have 3 of his permanents, so we're gonna draw a fuck ton of cards. Bring it. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you got it, you got it, right? Like the Ember Cleave? Sure. Otherwise, I don't mind. And we'll Enclave. My turn. So at the end of this turn, we're gonna start drawing absurd amount of cards, thanks to the agents. And I think Teferi says game over right now, but we'll see if he scoops.
Right. Stand by and watch. Let's try this.
Honestly, surprised he didn't. I feel like you have to, right? Like, Yorion's about to just give us absolutely absurd advantages.
We will meet again.
No reason not to swing for 1.
Sorry I'm late.
I don't even need to draw. Like, I could have only blinked 1 agent. That way I would have drawn the cards at the end of turn, but... I was fine with doing it like this. We also reset our Teferi counters, which lets me blink him in again. Like, I can't... He could still, I mean, stop me, right? But he's got to do some work to do that. He's gonna have to do a lot of work. Questing Beast is whatever. Sure. Sure thing, buddy. I take that. No box. I'm not risking Yorion.
That didn't go according to plan.
First we Shark Typhoon. And we Luca. We could have done it the other way, but I think the 5/5 token is more important than the Luca. There we go.
War is hell, and
That was disgusting. I move up. We are 3-0 with this deck now in the new season. Brought us back to gold 3 or gold for the new season. Ended last one platinum because we haven't played this in a while, so we had a lot to go through. See what we get. All right, we're up to 11 wins. And let's head into another game. We're playing the counter matchup. So the lands are actually good because they're pretty slow in the early game. And we get the Omen. To help us out. The Deafening Clarion's not great here, but it could be potentially decent to wipe the tokens from Elspeth or Omen of the Sun. Okay, so he's got tap lens. We're gonna Omen of the Sea on his end step. Never mind, we're gonna do it now. I think we need the sun. Do you like the fires? Actually, neither of them are bad because we have up to 6 mana, but I don't think sun's great. Kind of +1.
Here we go.
I train everyone with
Narset.
thoughtfulness before action.
Grab another Narset. So what we don't want him to do here is creature tokens. Basically what he just did. Does give him the land that he's probably gonna play. He's not gonna play that one. Alright, so he has the turn 5 play.
No, I am not making this up as I go.
See what we get off the Narset
Hone
first.
your prowess.
Alright, so I think the play here is fires into Teferi. And I have to unsummon his birth to stop him from getting a token. I need to keep my opponent off of token. Sure.
Might be a bad idea.
Alright, gonna birth again. It's fine.
I know my responsibility. I've got it.
I want to keep him off that token until I get something. That's the game plan at least. Alright, let's summon of the sun. Not ideal, but not terrible. Narset, stop me from drawing.
Trust me. I have
Um,
a plan.
I have just the trick for this.
see what he's got. Alright, put an Omen of the Sea in his hand. Doesn't matter. Okay, so this is Shark Typhoon for its alternate cost of 0. And then Luca coming down for its alternate cost of 0.
Monsters are Icoria's greatest.
-2 onto our shark. Get our agent. And here comes the decision. Do we want to ferry? Or do we want Narset? I think we want to ferry. And then...
I'll protect you.
I know we're not drawing a card there because of his Narset, but I didn't want him to steal his Teferi back with token, with counters on it.
Meditate and prepare.
Elspeth conquers death. Okay. This is actually an interesting decision for his Elspeth conquers death. The Shark Typhoon could get outrageous very quickly. But the Luca is on the board, which is something that you need to deal with, and you can only cast one of those.
This isn't worth
Okay.
my time.
Luca it is. Which means I still get my Shark Typhoon. So, let's see what we can get. Play the Narset that you know about. Get a 3/3 shark.
Those who cannot perceive beyond the veil of reality are must keep an open mind.
Grab an Elspeth Conquers Death. And I think we're gonna pop your fires. And make a 5/5 token while we're at.
Here we go.
You don't have enough mana to make a token, so we're gonna swing at Narset, and you have the decision to kill your token or kill your Narset, and let me draw more cards every turn. Okay, good decision. So he's gonna get that second tick on the Elspeth, which is slightly annoying, but not a huge deal because our mana is kind of useless right now. So everything's gonna cost me 2. But that's not a big deal. More of a minor inconvenience. He also has nothing in his graveyard right now. So I actually don't care if his Elspeth gets to 3. I, however, have some goodies in here. He's hovering the Shark Typhoon. He has to get rid of it. Where everything just gains so much value from being able to make tokens. Each creature deals damage equal to its power. Okay. So you get rid of 2 tokens for that. But they were 2 free tokens, so it's really not a big deal for me. My agent's still on the board, which is what matters. Alright, our turn. So first things first, Narset. See what we can grab.
With thoughtfulness before action.
Get a fires. We're gonna play new Narset. Make a 3/3 token.
Mind and body should move.
And we're gonna Narset
like
-2
wind
again.
and wave. Hone your
Only a
prowess.
Deafening Clarion. But it saves us a couple of draws that would be nothings. And then I think we're just gonna go for a birth here. Like I can. Yeah, I think we go both to the wall here.
Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
Yeah, we just go Yorion. And I should have got rid of the.
I was
Oh
not
no, I shouldn't have gotten rid of
prepared for
Teferi. That was the right play. And we'll go Birth, as there's no reason not to. Just to deck then a little bit, grab a Plains. Narrows what I can draw next turn. Alright, so did I do the triggers properly is the question, because we want to get rid of the Narset.
There are so many mysteries to uncover.
Alright, so we're gonna get rid of Narset with Elspeth. We're gonna take his Elspeth with Agent.
We still have
And then
much
we're
to
gonna
learn.
Omen of the Sea. Draw the Agent. Put the other card on the bottom. So we get our Elspeth Conquers Death back at 1. We have his Elspeth Conquers Death at 2. And that's gonna be game number. Alright. Sideboard time. 4 Mystical Disputes, 4 Davin's Vetoes. I don't like the Birth here. And I don't like the Deafening Clarion here. Quick and easy sideboard plan against the mirror match. We just add in 4 Davin's Vetoes. We add in 4 Mystical Disputes. And we click go. Let's see what we get here. So, see what our opponent does here, and work from there. And his new coffee creamer, it's fantastic. Oh, baby, this is rough. I'm gonna be greedy and keep this, because this could be fantastic. Could be garbage, but it could be fantastic. We do draw land. A good start. When we draw our lines, it's a really nice start for us. I think he has a Mystical Dispute in his hand because he played his Hallowed Fountain for 2, turn 1. Okay, so we got 4 lands in hand. I like both of those. Gets me up on lands. It's fun. He's got the fancy omen. He had double mystical. Which is gonna be pretty good for us. Okay. We should Teferi. And we're gonna Mystical Dispute his Mystical Dispute. We knew he had the Mystical Dispute when he Hollow Fountain turn 1. He doesn't have the 3 mana to do it. So unless he double Mystical Disputes here, which he does. And I'm honestly okay with Teferi going down for a double Mystical Dispute. And he's got his fires.
I'm known for my excellent
Sure.
timing. Let's try this.
Sure. Oh, Elspeth is gonna conquer death. Get rid of that fires. That's the play here. And then we just... Next turn we can play our Elspeth Sun's Nemesis. And gain 2 life. That is an option for us. And we'll also have a mana up for
I
a
am
Mystical
not making this
Dispute.
up as I go.
Nothing I could think of would be too horrible right now. Like, he could Elspeth Conquers Death. Our Elspeth Conquers Death. I think that would be the worst case play. Yeah, that's what he's gonna do. That's fine. We still had to do it. And we can't do anything else this turn, so. All things considered. I'm not in a huge rush to stop his Elspeth Conqueror's death. I think we just go to Ferry.
I am not going to sit this one out.
Unsummon our Omen.
Like it.
Play our Omen. I could actually use lines.
Don't
Like, there's
worry,
nothing for
I got
his
this.
Elspeth to grab right now, so I don't actually care about it. That's not. That's why we're not in a huge rush to just bop it, twist it, pull it. Earth, while annoying, is not the end of the world. Yorion. Okay. Not the most value,
Stand by and watch.
but still pretty good value.
Suppose that's how it was meant to happen.
Now the question becomes, what do we do next turn? Alright, so he's got 8 mana. Mystical Dispute can't counter anymore.
Nothing.
Not that it was gonna counter anyway, because... Yeah, that's what fortunate. He unsummoned his Elspeth Conqueror's Death and then played it again. Okay, that was the play. That was a good play. Take 4 to go to 15. Do I just Agent of Treachery his Elspeth Conqueror's Death? I think I do. He's got a mystical dispute. Oh no, he's got omen. Okay, that's fine. At that point, there was no point in taking his land. He's got 3 cards in hand. He's got a Teferi at 1. He's gonna Agent of Treachery, steal the Elspeth back.
Dissenters are welcome to debate me. Tools of war surround me.
Hmm.
I've got time.
Even if we do the Teferi is the 3 mana to pay. So we wouldn't have been able to counter that. So the play here is Yorion to blink my agent and steal his Luca. Could have a mystical dispute, but sorry. Could have a mystical dispute, but we have the mana to pay it. Sure. Typhoon for 1? Sure. Oh, you won. 2, 4. Do I want to do that though? Yeah, that's fine.
Must act swiftly and protect me together. We can exact justice.
Actually, I don't need either of those. That one could come in handy. So he has both Elspeth and the Luca that he has to deal with because he doesn't know it, but we have another Luca in hand. He's got 3 cards in hand plus the Omen. As long as I can keep the Teferi off bounce. He's gonna go for the Omen. Show me 2 on the bottom. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 on the bottom. That's good. Does he get there anyway? Nope. Going for the double Omen. He's trying to find a Luca for his 5 mana. On the bottom. Did he get there?
This
Did
might be a bad
he
idea.
get there? Game. Okay. I don't know if he doesn't have it or he's just like really slow playing it for some reason. I actually don't care about your Elspeth going off. You have nothing in your graveyard, so we're gonna take your Teferi.
Here goes nothing.
Courage will bloom in all who seek justice.
That's his Lucas, so we're gonna pass turn. Because I want his Elspeth to blow up, and then I'm okay with getting rid of Teferi and the Luca. Like, I could have destroyed it this turn, but it wouldn't have done anything for me. We also have Shatter to the Sky, instant speed available, if necessary. Sure. What do you even take? Sure.
Let's try this.
Fortunate. He top decked that. He didn't have that. Actually be a great time to shatter this guy. Cannot play it yet. So there's that. So there is that. That's a good draw. All right. So what I want to do is take his Agent of Treachery. So what I want to do is take his Agent of Treachery.
I will change the world whether recording is ready. We can all become stronger.
So he only gets one trigger.
Find your valor and fight.
Blocked by the shark. Blocked by the wall. No attacks. That's fine.
That's more like it.
Ooh, hard-casted Agent. Do you have enough mana to do a Blinky Blink? Yes, you do, because you stole my fires. Dang. Now we're getting spicy, boys. Now we're getting spicy.
This is hardly my worst defeat. Right on schedule. Take Yorion. And you take... Sure. Honestly, the only thing that bothered me in this turn was the fires being taken. All of the creatures I can wipe. And Like you've played. Three agents of treachery already. Do you have a fourth agent of treachery? Right? Do you have a fourth agent of treachery becomes the question. I think we just go Narsa.
I have practiced against many foes like you. I have just the trick for this.
That's a good card. I guess we just have to pass and see what he does. Like, we have the Shatter. Does he have a fourth agent of treachery is the real question. He's used 3 of them. Does he run 4 of them? Some decks run 3, some decks run 4. Shark Typhoon? That I can't counter because I have a because he has a Teferi. That's honestly upsetting.
I got it.
Can't draw a card. Okay, there we go. He does have a... Alright, so he grabs the Narset, which is, again, unfortunate, but... I needed to see what he had. He might be too much tempo ahead of us at this point, but I needed to see what he had. Weird, he's only got 12 minutes left, but it's not on the screen. Like, what do you even take of mine? Plans?
Meditate and prepare.
Luca, I don't care about because you've already used 4 agents. I go to 16.
Sorry I'm late.
You take 3 agents? Or do you take 3 lands? You're gonna go for lands. Oh, you're gonna go for agent. Just like remove all my blockers. Sure. So you're gonna have 1 turn of Shark Typhooning. Because I need to get rid of your board now. Which is unfortunate. Alright, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm 1 mana short. But I need to wipe that board. Now, neither of us have agents left. So there's that. The game will now come down to... the game comes down to Shark Typhoon. How quickly you can kill me with Shark Typhoon. You're gonna get 2 tokens this turn. Maybe... Oh, you can actually get 3 tokens if you play it right. So you go creature, or you go card, unsummon. Whoa. That is unexpected. That's an interesting tech. That's an interesting tech for sure. that's one guard. He's got one more.
No, I am
Sure.
not making this up as I go.
Yeah. Fire's number 2. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3. So, as unfortunate as it is, I actually have to let him.
Even the gods cannot escape my wrath. Heroes, rally to me.
I'm just gonna stall. You have the Elspeth Conquer that. Like the Shark Typhoon resolving is super powerful. I'm surprised I guess he didn't play ranked last season, or he just didn't make it to platinum.
No quest is easy.
Sure.
This might be a bad idea.
Block there. Big 10. Him resolving into a fairy has really hurt this game. We haven't been able to use counter spells. He's got a fry. Honestly, why don't I have fry? Now that I think about it, why do I not have fry? There's a couple of extra seconds. Every second counts. Like, it's a really good sideboard card, and I do have red. We just play the same deck, but we're gonna be on the play this time. All right, play. I have to mulligan that. That's unfortunate. Alright, we do get a Dobbin Seed on it. We could draw well. Like, not ideal. Definitely behind the 8 ball at this point because of that. No reason not to swing. Omen of the Suns probably should have came out. They don't do much in this matchup. They make you your tokens, but maybe they're... I mean, you get to use them on their turn, which is the nice part. I guess if he doesn't play anything, we're just gonna, yeah, gonna make a token. We're gonna try and get there with Omen of the Sun. He didn't play a land, which is really good for us. We're gonna Omen of the Sea on our turn because we do not want the same thing to happen. This one doesn't matter. Why didn't you do that on your turn? Sure. Alright, well, he got his lion. Like, there's literally zero reason not to do that on your turn. Counterspell. Come at me, bro. Still gotta go for it, right? He didn't play a land again. He's down to 10 health. I'm just gonna keep on slinging it. Alright. He's got extremely mana hurt. He kept a greedy hand. I mean, honestly, you Omened of the Sea and you didn't get yourself a land, so like you put something on top. I don't see any reason possibly to not put a land on top. Or if you don't have a land there, then put them both on the bottom and get yourself a land. Like, I don't know. It seems like a misplay on his part. All right. Let's get one more in. And the 3 games should be pretty long. So we'll get this one last game into the video. I don't want to make it like a 3-hour video. Best of 3s take a good amount of time. Especially that one. That was a mirror match, so that took a while. We're going to be on the play. We're definitely mulligan. We can keep this. The Wellspring. I don't think we need Omen in this one. Okay. Era Precinct 1. Sure. I'll give you one turn of auto raid, sure. This is some throwbacks. This is some throwbacks right here. Get rid of the Luca. Okay. Ooh, you throw Oro into the graveyard. I actually really like this card, Oro.
The tragedy of my death. Together we can exact justice.
Oh, that what season am I playing in right now? This is nice. I want to get a little bit more value out of the Clarion if possible. He can't swing into me, so that's good for us. We're gonna have a triple wall front right here. We're at 5 lands as well. So we do need 2 more for a hard cast of agent. Alright, he's got 5 mana. Looks like he's playing something. Sure. Unfortunate. Can't cast Oro yet. They're cool ones. I really like these Godzilla ones. Elite Guard Mage. Dude, I'm like loving the deja vu I'm feeling from the old Esper hero decks. I don't know what the... If Visit Reborn. So you got an Atris and a Teferi out of this. Really needed a land there. That's not ideal. This is not ideal. I think we just play Elspeth and sacrifice her. Right? Like, that's super unfortunate. I can't unsummon any of those. I mean, I can unsummon him. Because he'll have summoning sickness at least.
You show remorse. I've got time.
But definitely not ideal. We're gonna make him think that we have Shark Typhoon, and then we're all at the... He doesn't know that I have an agent as my final card. We could slow him down at least, which was the plan there. Got 2 mana left. So we'll get a red. Just in case he blows one of mine up. Black, red, green, white. So he has every color land. He could unsummon his Niv Mizzet. So I have to take that because exile target creature. If you don't control a human, you lose life equal to that creature's toughness. I don't think I've seen that before. I feel like that's a good card. Like just a 2 mana exile target creature.
Here we go.
Yeah, like he's gonna unsummon it and all he's gonna lose is a little bit of tempo. Not in great shape for game 1, that's for sure. Alright, we need more board wipes. And I think it's fun. Like the deafening clarions for the shatters are going to be nice. The clarions are pretty good, although a lot of his creatures seem pretty big. So maybe we don't bring a full set of clarions. Bring in another Archon and an Omen. I keep one Omen in the deck. Yeah. That works. the weird sideboard plan. I don't know if I love it, being honest. But we're gonna be on the play, and we don't have to mulligan this time, so that's a good start. We do have the curve that's pretty nice. We can go turn 2 Birth, turn 3 Narset, turn 4 Archon. You got the hero. But we have the blocker for that already.
The focus and just keep an open mind.
Grab it to Ferry. Give the castle. So 3 lands still in hand. Teferi, Archon, Shatter in hand as well.
Put thoughtfulness before action.
We'll show him the Luca. Look at Argon. Double creature. Sure.
I know my responsibility. Oh, I've done the hero thing.
Set him back a little bit. And Birth fetches a land. He sees 3 of the cards in my hand. He knows we have Luca. We have the Fabled Passage next turn to play the Luca, depending on what he does. I actually kind of like that Dire Tactic card. You don't see that. Ideally, he brings in the Wellspring. I think that would be the best case scenario. Because then we just get to slam down Luca, steal that. Gain a lot of tempo. Alright, that's perfect. Easy peasy. I think the deck's fine. If any, we could take out the 3 Archons, bring in 3 Davin's Vetoes. But like, what am I really protecting with the Davin's Veto? It's mostly creatures in this deck, from the looks of it. It's just that 1 kill spell. But he got pretty good value in both games, I would think. On the draw, 2 lands, a Shark Typhoon, an Omen, into Fires. This is incredibly greedy, but very keepable. You go turn 1 Steam Vent, turn 2 Island. If we draw the planes, we play the Birth. We do not, so just pass over. Zero. Nothing we can do about that. Moment on the end stat. We need lands. Beautiful. Go to Ferry.
Trust me. You'll thank me later.
Unsummon that hero.
I have a plan.
Which gives us another draw, which is important. Trying to draw as many cards as possible, because we do need to hit our line drops now. He did not play a land. Alright, we're gonna go Archon, and then set us up really well for next turn. Next turn we would have been able to go Birth and our second Fairy. So we get up to gold tier 1 again. We're gonna end it here. I don't want the video to go on too long. It's been about a little bit over an hour. We might try and cut it up a little bit to shorten a bit. Hopefully you guys enjoyed what you saw. Again, this was the last day that this deck was legal, so I wanted to get a little bit of gameplay in with it. As the agent, and shabam. Let's go back. As the Agent of Treachery, aforementioned, in the Fires of Invention, we're both on the newest ban list, so those cards will be out of here starting tomorrow. A very obnoxious deck to play with, but I do think that the deck can survive without Fires and without Agent. Luca isn't as good without Agent, but there's always going to be a bomb. You know, there's always going to be a bomb in Standard, or in Magic in general. There's always a big creature that you can cheat in for the cheap. Fires, it was probably too much cheating. I think the deck could go towards green and take on a more rampy hybrid build for it. Like, you don't really lose that much by going out of red now. You lose the Clarions. You can max your Shatters at that point. You lose the Fire, but that's getting banned anyway. You lose the Luca, but is he necessary if you're ramping? I like the Oro. Like, you add Oros a lot in that version, which is it seems really strong, that card. Or you could just go 4-color and add in the green anyway. Like, there's some really powerful green cards that you get to add in here. Ramp especially. Ramp is always good. Gala Summer's banned. Well. But with that being said, this video, you guys will probably be watching this on Friday, so the next week's video banned. Once we throw that up, we'll have a new deck for you guys. Since this one will be banned, probably a different take on Yorion. I still definitely want to try Yorion. It's probably my favorite Magic card in a long time, since it does remind me of Venser, which was my favorite Planeswalker of all time. That's adorable. So the changes to Yorion is he's basically just going to cost you 3 more mana, which is possible to roll out over multiple turns. So it's not ideal, but it's not the end of the world either. But with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to like and leave a comment below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Hopefully I'll see you guys at the next Magic the Gathering video next week. And hope you guys all have a great week, and I'll see you guys there.